Good cold evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mindy. This is C-Mindy Mom. I am all bundled up and I just decided I had to brave the chilly temperatures and get outside for a few minutes. I just needed some fresh air. I've been in my house basically for 2 days straight, except to go out to the garage for a couple of things. And I think it is 30 degrees outside and it feels like 25. There's actually no wind, which makes it bearable. It's not that bad since I'm all bundled up. I tried to do a walk and talk video on the treadmill earlier. I got on the treadmill and just walked like a mile. And I had my phone sitting like on my tripod balanced on my treadmill. And it was just too hard to watch because it was like vibrating and shaking the tripod the whole time. So it was like doing this constantly. No, and even though I know it's kind of bouncing up and down with me holding it like this, I think it's still easier to watch. And you know, the scenery's better and nicer out in the fresh air. I don't know, it's just been kind of a blah day. I had a really hard time getting going. I stayed up way too late last night. I hardly ever do that. Like, I am not a person who is kept awake by watching Netflix or having a movie on or having my iPad with me. Usually that kind of stuff lulls me to sleep. And I had no idea it was so late. I was watching something, finishing up watching something. And I looked at the clock and it said like 1:43 in the morning. And I was like, what? So I stayed up too late, and I know that's why I had a hard time just, you know, lighting a fire under myself and getting things going today. It's just been kind of a gray, chilly, dull day. The kids have done very well. They really have entertained themselves. They've entertained each other. There have not been very many fights or very much bickering, which is a happy surprise, I guess. But now I'm out, so I thought I'd do a walk and talk. If you're new to my channel, this is something I do occasionally when I just hop on here and chat with you guys about stuff. I need like a new fitness goal or something going into January. I had the run streak for Christmas. That was really helpful. I thought I might try some of those workouts that they have in the WW app now through Aptiv. I think they're audio cued workouts, and I've used those before for jogging, for running, and I've used videos before, like for strength training or step or walking with Leslie Sansone, but I haven't tried any of those audio cue workouts yet in the WW app. So if you have, let me know what you think about them. Leave me a comment. But I thought I would hop on here real fast too and chat with you guys while I'm out and about getting my fresh air about goals, resolutions. I know nobody sets New Year's resolutions anymore. They set goals or they have a word. And you know, not to be cliche and jump on that bandwagon, but I do have a word for the year. I didn't really have one last year. I'm kind of glad. It was a whirlwind year. I couldn't really think of any one thing, but I was listening to somebody, I think it was Kimmy at She's in Her Apron, talk about her word for this year, and she said the word forward, and that's not her word. At least I don't think so. She was talking about how she thought about that word, but she's using a different word. But that word, since she said it, has been stuck in my mind, and I've been like, yes, yes, forward, because I feel like I'm in a place to do that now. Last year, 2018 was crazy. It was crazy tough. It was crazy good for my husband and I and our family, but we had to kind of come through the storm first. It was a very difficult year for other members of my family. I'm not going to go into that because that's their business. But I think part of my being drawn to that word forward is also a wish and a prayer in my heart for people in my family who have been dealing with some really, really tough stuff and different things, different people dealing with different things, all of it tough. And, you know, it's kind of a wish and a prayer in my heart that they will be able to move forward and that I will be able to go with them or help them find that way. But for me, moving forward is more about like, okay, this is our life now. This is where we are. This is where we are for this season. We're not in transition anymore. The Fisher cut bait period has passed, where like, you know, we might think, oh my gosh, we made a mistake, we need to go back. That's Doesn't look like that's going to happen. We are pretty well set up, pretty well established, and I feel like I need to move forward now. I feel like it's just been kind of taking things as they come, like rolling with the punches, kind of flying by the seat of our pants as far as just adjusting, getting everybody, myself and the kids, adjusted to this life in this new place. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, because you're new, my husband and I just moved ourselves and our family to the Tulsa area about 7 months ago in May. At the first of the year, when I talk about making it through the storm, that's what I'm talking about. The first of 2018, we suffered a big disappointment career-wise for my husband. We kind of thought we knew what direction we were going. We thought we knew where we were supposed to be, and it did not work out. It kind of all came crashing down after a couple of months of planning and thinking and praying and thinking, yes, this is how we're moving forward, and it just wasn't, it didn't happen. So we had to deal with that disappointment, and then shortly after that we found out we were coming here. And so then of course it's just all, what's it called when you're just like day-to-day kind of in survival mode. With getting the house on the market, getting the house sold, moving, wrapping up our life in a different city and moving to a completely new one. And so now I feel like I am finally in a place where I am needing to just keep moving forward and not look back, let go of regrets, let go of doubts, and know that this is where we're supposed to be and move forward with it here. One of the reasons I'm feeling that way is because I have really struggled. I haven't voiced it that much, but you guys know I was a teacher. I still consider myself a teacher. I am a teacher. I'm just not in the classroom right now. And I struggled letting go of my job. The school I came from, I loved. I felt like I had the respect of my colleagues. I had taught for 11 years at that point. I'd spent 3 years at that particular school rebuilding that program, and I had the respect of my colleagues. At least I felt that way. I had, the loyalty and devotion of my students. I had the help and support of the parents and the community. We were bringing in awards and accolades. The program was growing. And I just felt like we were in a really good spot, and I had totally arrived with my career. And I had to leave that all behind and start a different life that looked completely different from that one. That's why the little picture at the front of my videos says from full-time working mom to stay-at-home mom, because this channel was all about my transition to that life, to this life from that one. And it's been hard, it's been hard to be on Facebook and see my students and their parents and hear them performing. And not that I don't want them to do well, I do. I would never wish them to do poorly or something. I want them to succeed. I want my successor in the director's seat to succeed. But it's hard knowing oh man, that was it turned into my dream job and I had to let it go. And so that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, was to have, another creative outlet and to have something else to pour my energy into that did not look anything like my previous job and my previous life. my previous life where we used to live. I needed this life to look different, because if I tried to make it be exactly what it was where we came from, I'd just be disappointed. It would pale in comparison. So I needed to take the gifts and talents that I've been given and the skills that I have honed and try to turn them into something else. Make this life look different than the one I had before. So that's what I mean by moving forward. Not gonna look back, that this is where we are, this is the season that we're in, and I'm going to go forward. Not to say that I won't still try to stay connected with the people where I came from, but just letting go of the dreams that I had there and holding on to and moving forward in new ones that I have found here. Hopefully that makes sense. As far as this channel is concerned, I have a goal this year to make it to the point where I can monetize. And if you're not familiar with YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I actually thought the watch hours would be the biggest hurdle to get over. I'm there. I'm pretty much there. If I'm not there, I'm like just within a few hours of that, thanks to you guys. Thank you. But I'm still a ways away subscriber-wise. I'm not worried about it. It'll get there. And the only reason that I really want to pursue that is because if we could start making just a little bit of money, and you guys, ad revenue from YouTube channels, it's like little. But if we could start bringing in a little bit of money from this, I could like invest in a camera and some other, you know, equipment, maybe a computer or, you know, a nice tripod or something like that. Like we can actually start investing, kind of reinvesting whatever we make into stuff that I could use for this channel. So that's probably my only goal with my channel. I don't want to set a whole bunch of lofty goals as far as like, I need a social media presence and I need, you know, I have a website, cmindymom.com. I have an Instagram. I am trying to post more over on my Instagram. I have a Facebook page. I don't really want to do a lot with like setting branding parameters and goals and trying to make a whole bunch of posts and doing all kinds of stuff like that. If I am in this position next year, if I'm still doing this, then that'll probably be the year when I will want to like start doing that kind of stuff. You know, like making some real like business goal plans. For now, it's still kind of a hobby, but more than a hobby. It means more to me than just a hobby because, you know, the whole purpose of doing this is that I want to be helpful, and I hope that what I say is always kind. And I am helped by this channel because you guys have such nice, encouraging comments. I'm sure that I will come across a not nice, encouraging comment eventually. We all do. That's just life. But you guys have been super, super nice and encouraging. I love hearing your ideas too. And a lot of you, whenever I was doing my walk and talk last week and said, hey, give me some ideas for videos you want to see, really the majority just said, keep doing what you're doing. We like what you're posting. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I have for you guys today. That's my walk and talk. It's cold. My hand is cold and I had to take my glove off, and now my hand is freezing. Sorry guys, my phone completely died there at the end of that video. I'm back at home now. I've been making dinner. So all I was saying was thanks for coming along. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. Leave me a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on my word of the year or hear what your word of the year is. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.